Oh boy, and it is indeed the day of the festival. And welcome to the last moments before, let's just say, a new beginning. Part 12 it is, I guess. And I already mentally prepared for the next. I don't know exactly how long it will take, but hopefully not that long, because, well, hopefully, yes, I don't like this game. It's still hot, but if it's short, I don't have to record so long, so that's nice for me. Also, on the outside, it's raining and there's lightning and thunder, so nice atmosphere, I guess. Also, let me just quickly double check if I'm recording, because that would be a shame if I didn't. Anyway, well, let's start the most difficult, let's say 30 minutes of this game, despite the last 30 minutes or 15 minutes of the last part were already pretty difficult for me. So, it's the day of the festival. Of all days, I expected this to be the one where I'd be walking to school with Sayori. But Sayori isn't answering her phone. I considered going to her house to wake her up, but decided that's a little too much. Meanwhile, the preparations for the event should be nearly complete. I managed to carry all the cupcakes myself by carefully stacking 2 trays. Natsuki is already texting up a storm, but I can't respond thanks to my hands being full. Funnily enough, I probably feel the same way as Natsuki about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over so I can spend time with Sayori and Natsuki at the festival, but knowing Monica, I'm sure the event will be great too. Also, there's a distinct lack of, how do I say, background music. Yeah, anyway, this will not go well. Hansi, you're the first one here. Thanks for being early. That's funny, I thought at least Yuri would be here by now. Monica's placing little booklets on each of the desks in the classroom. They must be the ones you prepared that have all the poems we are performing. In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monica would like and submitted it. So that's the one that's the one I'll be performing. I'm surprised you didn't bring Sayori with you. Yeah, she overslept again. That dummy. You'd think that on days this important she'd try a little harder. I say that, but I suddenly remember what Sayori told me yesterday, and I suddenly feel awful, knowing that it's not nearly that simple for her. I only said it because it's the way I'm used to thinking. But maybe I should have gone to wake her up after all. You should take a little responsibility for her, Hansi. I mean, especially after your exchange with her yesterday. You kind of left her hanging this morning, you know. Exchange? Did she tell you? Monica, you know about that? Of course I do. I'm the club president after all. But I stammer, embarrassed. Did Sayori really tell her about it that quickly? That we are a couple now? I didn't really plan on bringing it up with anyone yet. Jeez. You don't know the full story at all, so don't worry. I probably know a lot more than you think. Huh? Monica is being as friendly as usual, but for some reason I felt a chill down my spine after hearing that. Hey, do you want to check out the pamphlets? They came out really nice. Yeah, sure. I grabbed one of the pamphlets laid out on the desks. Oh yeah, they really did. Something like this would definitely help people take the club more seriously. Yeah, I thought so too. I flipped through the pages. Each member's poem is neatly printed on its own page, giving it an almost professional feel. Also, I can't concentrate on reading. I'm shaking. It's it's weird. I recognize Natsuki's and Yu's poems from the ones they performed during our practice. What's this? I flipped to Sayori's poem. It's different from the ones he practiced. It's one that I haven't read before. Uh, what is this? Reading the poem, I get a pit in my stomach. Hansi? What's wrong? Nothing. This poem feels completely different from everything else Sayori's written. But more than that, I changed my mind. I'm going to get Sayori, so... well, alright. Try not to take too long, okay? I quickly leave the classroom. Don't strain yourself. Whoa. And the lightning outside. What fitting timing. One car calls out after me. I quick my pace. What was I thinking? I should have tried a little bit harder for Sayori. It's not a big deal to at least wait for her or help her wake up. Even a simple gesture of walking her to school makes her really happy. Besides, I told her yesterday that things will be the same as they always have been. That's all she needs, and that's what I want to give her. I reach Sayori's house and knock on the door. I don't expect an answer since she's not picking up her phone either. Like yesterday, I open the door and let myself in. Sayori? She really is a heavy sleeper. I swallow. I can't believe I ended up doing this after all. Waking her up in her own house. That's really something that a boyfriend would do, isn't it? In any case, it just feels right. Outside Sayori's room, I knock on her door. Sayori? Wake up, dummy! There's no response. I really didn't want to have to enter her room like this. Isn't it kind of a breach of privacy? But she really leaves me no choice. I can't do that. I gently open the door. I really like this minigame. It's actually quite easy and it influences the story, so that's really nice. However, I have one little problem with it, and it's because the way this minigame works is that each word here corresponds with a certain character. So when I press a word, one of those three jumps, so that's obviously the character with whom that word corresponds. However, there's a problem because those two characters are a bit not similar, but maybe not distinct enough with their words, because there are a lot of words that I could think maybe could work both for them, but then the one obviously jumps that I didn't want to, so that's kinda not bad, but not nice either. Anyway, that doesn't matter because we're going for a Yuri, obviously, because best girl is literally written on her face, so let's do this. Also, I guess I'll do this in fast forward because, yeah, I don't think it's that exciting to watch me figure out which word corresponds to Yui, despite obviously analysis. I mean, yeah. Anyway, fast forward in 3, 2, 1, let's jam. Yeah, that was easy. Hi again, Hansi. Well, long time no see. Glad to see you didn't run away from us. Yeah, well, it only took like a month to do the next part, so... Yeah. Nah, don't worry, I'm a man, I hold my promises. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Yeah, I'm a man. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. I was the last one to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Hansi. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Say you told me you didn't even want to join this club this year. And last year too. Any clubs, not this club. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take it seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Whoa. Guess who says that? Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps their manga collection inside the classroom. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Hansi always gives it its best as long as he's having fun. Well, do I have fun? I probably will, because we're going Yui's route. He helps me with busywork, even without me even asking, like cooking and cleaning my room. How dependable. Sorry, that's because your room is so messy and distracting. It's not that difficult to have a clean room. Although that comes from perspective of someone who may or may not have the biggest room, so he has to keep it clean because otherwise he couldn't move. Yeah. And you almost set your house on fire once. My brother did so too once. He thought it was a good idea to hold a tissue inside a candle and, well, maybe pillows started burning and I panicked and my mother panicked and good old times. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Hansi can become good friends too. I hope so. Sayori? As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she has put me into. Oh, you even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori? Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yui, I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me, the man, smooth protagonist and all-knowing being, to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. I mean, it's not like I can be disappointed or anything, except I can. You can always be disappointed even if you don't expect anything. That's why I also hate Christmas. However, I probably can't be disappointed from Yui because he's best girl, so it will make me happy no matter what. Exactly. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright, well, here. Yui reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How's this girl accidentally being so cute? No, she's just perfect. She even picked out the books she thinks I like, despite me not reading so much. Yui, thank you, I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayo and Monica are having a serious conversation in the corner. Yui's face is already buried in the book. I can't help but notice her intense expression like she was waiting for the sense. Meanwhile, Natsuki's rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yui a little bit more, but at the same time I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that's lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. That's why you wear sunglasses, so other girls don't notice that you look at them. Not that I would do that. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. Awkward. Except you know how to handle the situation, you dense motherfucker. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. It's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave to me, right? I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how can you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, I stopped at the bookstore yesterday. That's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. That's what I'm always afraid of when I buy manga, that I accidentally grab one that I already have. Yeah, it's always a thrill. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yui isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is it so? What's about it anyway? Well, Yui closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright, I just wanted to make sure that I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long lost young sister, but as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escape from a human experiment prison, and while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of interesting, actually. That's kind of dark, isn't it? You made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark twist came from nowhere. I don't like the word turn because it's like turning. And nobody says plot turn. Yeah. You gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you really not a fan of that sort of thing, Hansi? Are you not a fan of those sort of things, Hansi? No, it's not that. It's more, I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into those things. She's so silent, reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just those kinds of stories. They challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals, or their own philosophy that they believe in, then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they are made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plan. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again, I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize, you are perfect, so you don't have to. Also, just please keep talking because I like listening. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then, but I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem when I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts. I kind of forget to pay attention to other people, so I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. No, I won't. I really didn't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all, and since I can't read, I mean I can at least listen to what you read. Also, it's warm. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to? What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said we were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the next seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel a presence over my shoulder as I read. Shut the fuck up, phone. It's as if I can feel a presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to... sorry, I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. I feel like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn a page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and her forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to the other side. But in holding it like this, we are huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Huh? To turn the page? Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second by your... beauty. Oh yeah. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. Just figure something out. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri's no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, that might be silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How did you get that idea? No, not at all. How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all of the things she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remained silent for a moment. But Hansi, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. I didn't mean it, you are perfect. Shut up. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I didn't really know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. Of all the persons in the club, you really think Yuri, of all people, is not self-conscious? Bro, did you even remember the part a month ago where she was introduced? I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute. What are they saying all of a sudden? I mean, it's true. Okay, everyone. God damn it, Monica. I think it's about time we share today's poem with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yui exhaled, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yui? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Yui releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright, I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read with you? I prefer that I only read with Yui. I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight, you fucking idiot! It will be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know. That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters on your own time. Alright, I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book and then slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah, totally. Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? Well, I can't wait. Sayori and Manuka enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yui reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. And with that, I'll end the second part of this. Let's call it Let's Play. I don't know, maybe it's more of a walkthrough or read-through. So anyway, see ya tomorrow. Bye.